Tonight, how much will those cuts the Prime Minister is calling for?
I think it'll impact a lot of people that come here to Ottawa. That's the experience they want. That's that. You should cut somewhere else and leave these alone.
Be felt right here. The potential impact of a budget overhaul in this government town. With his emotional parents in the courtroom, the 17-year-old charged in the attack on an 8-year-old girl in Quadeville makes an appearance in Pembroke. And cut.
We all keep coming back to this man because we know we've got a good haircut.
Putting a wrap on 7 decades worth of trims, shaves, and chats with loyal customers, this Ottawa barber shop leaving the city's oldest mall. Good evening. We begin tonight with new details about how far-reaching Prime Minister Mark Carney's spending cuts will be as he aims to find $25 billion in savings over the next 3 years. In addition to asking every federal department to cut spending, Crown corporations will also have to find significant savings, which could result in job losses here in Ottawa. Mark Carney is asking cabinet ministers and federal agencies to find 7.5% in savings the next fiscal year. That increases to 10% in 27-28 and then to 15% in 3 years' time. CTV's Dylan Dyson has more on the potential impacts of this savings plan. Dylan.
Patricia, Ottawa is a government town, so that means many of the cuts Carney is calling for will be felt here, affecting workplaces and services such as the Bank of Canada, CBC, Via Rail, and national museums.
Yeah, as you think.
The Canadian Museum of Nature, busy spot for kids and families this summer.
It was a great experience, something he'd never seen, and he got to learn a lot about how the dinosaurs evolved, and yeah, it was a good experience.
But Don Maitland is worried that impending cuts to federal museums would have a direct impact on families like his.
I think it'll impact a lot of people that come here to Ottawa. That's the experience they want, is to come here and see this. If he cuts that, he should cut somewhere else and leave these alone.
The federal government is aiming to find $25 billion in savings over the next 3 years and is asking federal departments to come up with a plan to do that. The Treasury Board president confirming to CTV News, Crown corporations will also have to cut spending. In a statement, the Treasury Board says, using a phased approach over the next 3 years, organizations will identify savings of up to 15% from their assigned spending base. This review reflects a return to core responsibilities with a clear focus on fiscal discipline, quality service delivery, and long-term economic growth.
15%? Yeah, it might be doable. There is some redundancies and savings.
That could mean cutbacks and possibly job losses at places such as the National Gallery, Via Rail, Statistics Canada, CBC, and the National Capital Commission.
If they're done right, then yes, I approve of all the cuts.
I think the government has to, start with the low-hanging fruit first. So the very first thing that should happen is end the taxpayer-funded bonuses, end the pay raises, try to find some savings through attrition.
The public divided on if cuts across the board would make sense, let alone dollars.
To cut Via Rail, I don't know what they're going to cut, but is it going to improve it, or is it just going to make the service worse and more expensive for everybody who's having to pay for the tickets?
I work for the government, but also when you work for government, you see inefficiencies as well. So I'm not too worried about it.
Now, not every federal agency will be needed to cut 15%. A lower target of 2% has been given to the Department of National Defence, Canada Border Services, and the RCMP. Cabinet ministers will be responsible for reviewing the savings proposals by the end of the summer before any cuts are officially made. Patricia.
CTV's Dylan Dyson reporting live for us tonight. And you can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on the potential impacts of the federal government's savings plan. Well, the teenager accused of attempted murder and sexual assault in connection with an attack on an 8-year-old girl in Quadeville made a brief court appearance today in Pembroke. CTV's Katie Griffin was at the courthouse and joins us now with the details. Katie.
Well, Patricia, we are quite limited in what we can report tonight because of the age of the accused. The teen was expressionless. His parents were in court to support him today. They cried when he walked into the prisoner's box. The 17-year-old, whose identity is protected under the Youth Criminal Justice Act, wore burgundy and was in shackles. Smalls. He's charged with attempted murder and sexual assault with a weapon on a person under 16. The teen was arrested last week. In late June, an 8-year-old girl was left with life-threatening injuries after what police initially thought could have been an animal attack. Police say there was no trace of animal DNA found in samples taken from the victim's wounds. None of the allegations have been tested in court. And the accused remains in custody. He's set to return to court next month. His lawyer saying today that she would not be commenting. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Katie Griffin live for us tonight. Thank you.
Still ahead, a huge sensation on social media, but not so big in real life any longer. Biggie Smalls' weight loss journey, pound for pound. You may not find a more inspiring cat. That story coming up.
Well, taking a live look now through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, 24 degrees out there right now. It has been an up and down and all around kind of day. We've seen just about every kind of weather, and I guess they're wondering exactly what it is going to be like out at Bluesfest tonight, where performances get underway shortly. Looks pretty good there behind you, Jackie.
How y'all doing tonight? You know what? Everyone's having a blast here who came early when the gates open, and it's so funny how much a difference just an hour makes. Hot, humid, and sunny just even an hour ago, and now the dark clouds have rolled in, a lot windier as well, and we felt a little bit of a little bit of drizzle, but again, it's moving through. The winds are really heavy right now, so if you are coming down here, I'd say bring a light jacket. We had a severe thunderstorm warning and watch earlier today. The good news is that has since lifted. The heat warning is still in effect for parts of eastern Ontario, but I suspect that will be lifted in the next few hours. Right now, across the region, midday, it did feel close or about 10 degrees warmer than the actual temperature, but now the cooler air has really started to move in from the west. The gap in humidity no longer a 10-degree difference for parts of the valley as well as Trenton as well. As we look towards conditions for tonight and into tomorrow, very windy for tonight, will carry over into early Friday. Lows expected to be around 16 degrees. And tomorrow we're expecting 24 degrees and sunny conditions. And yes, we are finally going to get a break from this heat wave, though I was kind of hoping selfishly that we would get that for this evening. But we will be here live on location for the 6 o'clock hour. But for now, we'll take it back to you in studio ahead of Bluesfest. Patricia.
All right, thank you, Jackie. Well, police in Smiths Falls say warrants have been issued for the arrest of 3 suspects wanted in connection with a reported home invasion. Police say it happened around 7:30 in the morning on July 13th. One person was found at the home with minor injuries. Police have arrested 1 suspect, a 25-year-old woman. 3 suspects remain at large. A furniture manufacturing plant in Cornwall is set to close its doors after 55 years in business. Dorel Industries says it is eliminating its domestic manufacturing operations at Ridgewood Industries. The mayor says the closure will impact around 300 people. The company cited challenges with the U.S. market and competition from overseas. The facility will close September 19th. The city of Gatineau has lost its court battle against the National Capital Commission over property taxes for Gatineau Park. The dispute involves the payment in lieu of taxes paid by the NCC. Under federal rules, the city is not allowed to tax the federal government, so the NCC pays the city an amount equivalent to property taxes. Gatineau says it was shortchanged, but a judge disagreed. In February, the city of Ottawa also lost its court battle with the federal government over payments in lieu of taxes. Well, after 7 decades and thousands of cuts, a legendary Ottawa barber shop is closing its doors. And while its owner, now 85, is passing along the business, he's not calling it quits just yet. Westgate Barber Shop first opened up inside the Westgate Shopping Centre in the mid-50s. CTV's Tyler Fleming has more on its lasting impact on the community.
In a biker place, used to be a bakery shop. People is nice, beautiful place. busy.
It's where Ramon Carbayuti loves to be.
We come one and the best. All this times around, people come here.
The Westgate Barber Shop, a founding business at the city's first mall, which opened its doors 70 years ago.
I started working here in 1968.
As a young barber who moved from Spain.
I keep working. Hey, listen, how you get aid for the people nice to you?
Crafting quality coiffs and building relationships with decades-long clients like Dick Logan.
We all keep coming back to this man because we know we got a good haircut.
By 1975, Carbayuti combed into partial ownership, and for the last quarter century, it's been his.
I never worry about business because business always good. Why you worry about? You try to please the people best you can.
Obviously, they give a good haircut.
But at the end of July, after 57 years here, the 85-year-old must close the door.
I'm not happy. I really enjoy here.
The mall shuts for good in October, but the Westgate Barber Shop will live on.
I've been working here 27 years.
Huang Vo is taking over the business, which reopens August 5th, just down the road at 1572 Carling Avenue.
Which I think is going to be convenient for a lot of their customers. And I will continue to go, and it's actually closer to my office.
We have a long-term customer, and we don't feel like a customer anymore. We just feel like friends.
And Carbayuti, he's not hanging up the scissors quite yet.
And he have a lot of experience, and he doesn't want to stop, and I offer him to come to work with us. That's an honor.
I enjoy people. That way I don't feel like a quit either.
And snipping away at what he loves.
When you have a good one, you stick to it.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
Only 85. Lots more work days to come. Well, an Ottawa ice cream shop known for giving young customers extra love is serving up a sweet initiative today. Mary Dairy is offering free ice cream to those who have the same name as 4 kids who lost their lives to cancer. The move is meant to get customers to consider the cause while digesting a reality no family ever wants to face. CTV's Steph Keys is here to explain more. Steph.
Patricia, Mary Dairy has the scoop when it comes to name days. It's something they've done before where you can check their social media, and if you see your name, you can pop in and get a free ice cream cone. But today they're doing things differently, taking this initiative and making it sweeter than it already is.
Can I say please?
Today, the names that will get you a free ice cream belong to 4 kids who have passed away because of cancer. Sophia, Tyson, Aiden, and Odang were all victims of the disease that claims the lives of so many. The business on Fairmont Avenue is partnering with Kids Kicking Cancer to bring awareness to the cause, and the organization that helps children with a cancer diagnosis lower their pain through martial arts therapy. And if you're in the shop today, they were also on hand to give more information and take donations.
It means a lot to the families. I know today some of the families are going to come over for the name day because it means their kid's spirit and their light is still around, and it makes a difference in the community.
She adds that these children left an impact on those who knew them, but even those who didn't. Their memories are kept alive through initiatives like this one, and people get to hear their unique stories and the personalities that made them unique and so very special to loved ones. Customers can also get a free cone in store when they make a donation. And don't worry if you missed out today. The fundraiser and awareness campaign is on for a full month. It doesn't end until August 17th, Patricia.
You can go in, you can buy a pint of tribute ice cream in there as well. So certainly we'll do that in the coming weeks. Thanks so much, Steph. CTV's Steph Keys live for us tonight.
It's just inspired me to help other cats like him, to give them that opportunity. Just seeing the changes from him being able to use the stairs and jump on the sofa, do regular cat things.
Well, being a really fat cat was his claim to fame, but now smaller and healthier Biggie Smalls may be the reason many other local cats shed dangerous pounds. That story coming up. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. We are the new portion of Bluesfest, just hanging along here ahead of the festival, joining some new friends. What do you think of this space right now?
Perfect for like full experience of Bluesfest. We came early so that we could have something to eat, have a quick drink, and then get to the show. It was really, really nice this year to have this.
Who are you here to see?
Sean Paul and Hip Hop Night.
All right, have a great time. Enjoy your beverages. Hey, let's take a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. And it's a beautiful shot now. The skies are starting to open up to some blue skies. No more of the dark clouds, at least here at LeBreton Flats. And the temperature right now sitting at 22 degrees.
Taking a look at the drive home on this Thursday, some slowdowns in the usual spots out there on the Queensway. Overall, traffic has been a little lighter these July weeks. Take it easy out there. Well, every Thursday we want to put the spotlight on 3 good things happening in our city. We begin tonight with a popular summer festival. The Ottawa Lebanese Festival, underway at St. Elias Centre on Ridgewood Avenue, started last night with a big blast and will go the next few days. Tons of great food, entertainment, and a chance to celebrate Lebanese culture. The Midway opens at 4 p.m. on weekdays, 11 a.m. on weekends, and you can get your taste of the Lebanese Festival right through until Sunday.
Local families and tourists can join us at the farm and do hands-on experiences of mishtadum with our Ojibwe spirit horses, or create a dream catcher, get introduced to our Indigenous culture and local community, and just have some fun.
The Indigenous Matahokie Farm in Nepean is launching new visitor experiences, offering opportunities to connect with Indigenous culture. Visitors will be able to spend time with the animals, including the Ojibwe spirit horses, take part in workshops like dream catcher making, and walk scenic trails while learning about traditional plants and medicines. And Def Leppard hit the main stage at Ottawa Bluesfest last night, playing hits like Pour Some Sugar on Me. Tonight is Cardinal Official and Sean Paul. Green Day performs tomorrow. Bluesfest continues until Sunday night. Well, do you have a story for us to include in our 3 Good Things segment? Something light, happy, a community event, or notable achievement? Send your ideas to ottawanews@ctv.ca. Well, Biggie Smalls has come a long way. The Ottawa cat, famous on social media, has trimmed down from the dangerous 43 pounds that attracted so much attention. We introduced you to him last year. Now his weight loss journey is behind a new sanctuary for overweight felines. Here's CTV's Peter Sperling.
Biggie Smalls came by his first name, honestly.
He was 4 times the size of the average cat.
A year and a half ago, Biggie captured the world's attention.
You can do it.
Weighing in at 43 pounds.
Look at you.
And while he is still big, his last name no longer seems so quite ironic.
He weighs just over 26 now, and he's lost 16 pounds since he's came into care.
Christine Seguin rescued Biggie Smalls, helping him to lose weight.
So I was initially fostering him, and he could not walk out the bathroom door. He could not walk barely to his litter box. All of his food and things had to be brought to him.
With a goal of shedding even more, he already feels better.
He is so confident, so bright, and he's just a lot of fun.
And that weight loss journey, inspiring.
We're in the Big House Sanctuary and Rehab. It's our garage converted into a sanctuary space for overweight cats.
Launching a not-for-profit animal rescue for overweight cats.
When we got Biggie, we got so many shelters that reached out saying, do you know any rescues or places that we can send these severely, like extremely overweight cats? And there was nothing in the world I could find. And then I thought, why not try to create something like this?
So she created this with a goal of giving cats an extra life. There's Kilo. He's 27 pounds, here only a week so far. 14-year-old Maple, now just under 20 pounds. And Cookie, who is ready for adoption.
Each of these felines has his or her own story as to how they got to be plus-sized, but now they're on a path to a healthier cat lifestyle.
We meet all their medical needs, what medications, surgeries, things they need, and then they're ready for adoption, and those barriers are dropped. So people are more open to taking on one of these cats.
There are 5 cats here now, with more on the way, all getting a second chance, thanks to Biggie Smalls.
For us, giving other cats that chance just makes my heart super happy.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Well, good news for everyone hoping for the heat wave to end. Things are finally set to cool down tonight and into tomorrow. The heat wave is expected to end sometime in those overnight hours as we get a first full look at the weather forecast. Back out to Bluesfest and Jackie, where it's been really hot there at night and people will not mind a little bit of the cooler temperatures, Jackie.
I was actually going to ask if you're coming down tonight, Patricia, please bring me a light jacket or a button up, because this wind, much cooler and is quite the difference than what we've seen the last couple of days. The dark clouds have really passed over here at LeBreton Flats, and there has been a little bit of drizzle, but I expect that should pass very quickly as well. So we are in for some overcast but clear conditions for this evening. Now, what a roller coaster we've had in just the last couple of hours. And if you could see the satellite radar, I believe that the heat warning has just lifted for Eastern Ontario, but still in effect for parts of Quebec And earlier today, we did see that the severe thunderstorm watch is also lifted as well. So we are looking in the clear for this evening at least and into tomorrow. So right now conditions at 22 degrees. It is cloudy. Hoping, because I could see across the Ottawa River that there is some blue sky and some white clouds that would be promising for this evening's performances. Overnight lows really cooling down, 12 degrees, and very much similar for all of eastern Ontario. And Petawawa, 10 degrees, and Montreal sitting at 13. As we look to tomorrow's highs, yes, relief from this heat wave. It will be at 24 and sunshine, and it's going to be the comfortable 24 degrees that we will experience really all throughout the area. Taking a look now at our wind speed, we did see it really increase. Wind gusts up to 50, maybe even 60 kilometers per hour. This will continue for the next few hours, but then by the time Sean Paul hits the stage around at 9:30, it should calm down. So again, pretty decent conditions so far for Bluesfest the last few nights. So that's the good news. Across Canada, you can see that Atlantic Canada is still above seasonal temperatures. The weather system that we saw pass through Ontario really bringing in some cooler temperatures. Timmins at 18 degrees, Sudbury 16, still really warm in Windsor and Toronto, sitting at the mid-20s. And as we look towards the western part of Canada, temperatures really faring very much of what we are seeing here today or even in the last hour or so. The good news is we are expecting clear conditions as well into Saturday, but Sunday we may see some precipitation move in. Now today's weather brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Center, celebrating over 80 years in family business. Taking a look at those overnight lows Friday into Saturday, it's going to be a low at 12 degrees. So if you're going to the Let It Go game Friday night, make sure to bring a jacket. And Sunday, yes, we are keeping an eye out for the Red Blacks game. Daytime high 25 degrees, but there is still a chance that we could see of showers moving in throughout the day. Well, that's it from us so far here, but in a little bit, what's Bluesfest without the help of volunteers and the tireless efforts over these wonderful nights? We will be speaking to one of the dedicated volunteers who has been volunteering for quite some time in a little bit, and of course, seeing all the excitement that's here for Cardinal Official at 7:30 and then Sean Paul at 9:30. Patricia.
And I don't know about that stylish, lightweight jacket, Jackie, but I do have a really pretty poncho with your name on it. So I'll bring that down to you after the news. Talk to you in a bit.
Thank you.
Well, former staffers of Rick Chiarelli are once again sharing their stories as the provincial government looks to create new rules that would make it easier to fire any councillor who violates the code of conduct. Even after Ottawa's Integrity Commissioner found Chiarelli harassed and bullied female staff, he remained on council, sparking calls from across the province for change. But some say what's proposed now may not go far enough. CTV's Natalie Van Roy joins us now with more on this. Natalie.
Patricia, the province is looking at new legislation that could allow council to oust members for serious violations. But some say the process would be far from automatic.
This is not a partisan issue. It's a workplace issue and a human rights issue.
Nancy Cairns worked in former councillor Rick Chiarelli's office in 2013 to 2017 when she says she endured harassment and bullying.
I've lived through what happens when a councillor engages in harmful, predatory behavior and nothing is done to stop it.
She's one of the former staffers of Rick Chiarelli, sharing their experiences as the province holds hearings on proposed legislation aimed at making it easier to fire councillors in serious violation of the municipal code of conduct.
I don't want anyone else to go through what I went through. I think that I'm really glad that we finally have a bill in front of us.
If passed, Bill 9 would allow municipalities to remove a councillor after a recommendation by the Municipal Integrity Commissioner, approval from the Integrity Commissioner of Ontario, and a unanimous vote by council. But there are concerns the bar is too high. Former Ottawa councillor and now MPP Catherine McKenney says getting a unanimous vote may be a challenge.
We cannot expect survivors to come forward if in fact, everything that they come with will hinge on whether one person can go to the washroom and not be there for the votes.
For years, the province has faced calls to address the issue after Ottawa's Integrity Commissioner found Chiarelli harassed and bullied female staff. The allegations dating back to 2013. He rejected calls to resign and council could only dock his pay.
I support
the proposed legislation. It is high time to ensure that there is a level of accountability in place that can and will address the most egregious cases of behavior that breach codes of conduct, that in the majority of workplaces would be dealt with swiftly and appropriately.
Chiarelli's former staffers hoping their voices are heard at Queen's Park.
I'm really hopeful that this is actually going to be feedback that they'll listen to.
And the province is holding hearings at several different locations, including Thunder Bay, for this proposed legislation. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Natalie Van Roy reporting live for us. Thank you. We do have extended coverage of the hearings happening on the proposed legislation. There are more stories online at ctvnewsottawa.ca.
This is the first appearance of Spider-Man, the first time he ever appeared in the comic from 1962.
Well, coming up, a new business opens up on Bank Street, helping to revitalize Centertown.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, CTV Morning Live, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Like a scene out of the sitcom The Big Bang Theory, a new shop in Centertown is giving comic fans a place to connect, collect, and celebrate the art form they love. And as CTV's Dave Charbonneau reports, it's also helping revitalize Bank Street after the closure of several businesses in recent years.
This is the first appearance of Spider-Man, the first time he ever appeared in the comic from 1962.
Inside Nefarious Comics on Bank Street, Ryan Jordan has built more than just a store. He's built a community.
We really wanted to give a community a sense of like belonging, where you can come in, you can hang out, you can chat about your comics, your Pokemon cards, your Magic cards. You can come play cards at our table, grab a drink, listen to some music, and just connect with members of the community.
But the store's crown jewel, its collection of extremely rare comics, some worth a small fortune.
This is worth just under about $500,000. These are some of the most desirable Marvel comics in the world. This is an Avengers #1.
Some of these are even signed by Stan Lee. Some so valuable the owner doesn't even keep them in the store. Anything worth over $5,000 is kept off-site in a safety deposit box.
It's awesome. I honestly come in almost every day on my way to work.
The shop opened about a month ago, and it's already becoming a popular spot for diehard comic fans like Luke Hodge.
Comics I've been collecting since I was a kid, but I did stop for a little bit. And then once I saw the shop, I kind of got really back into it. But Pokemon I've been collecting for a couple of years now. Oh, that's awesome. We actually got a pull.
The store breathing new life into Centertown after several business closures in recent years.
We are seeing businesses leave and new ones come in. This is just going to drive more traffic, more tourism, and even the aesthetic of the outside of that comic book shop is something to see.
Residents in the area say places like this are great for the community.
Putting the effort into opening a store like this in a place that needs bricks and mortar shops and jobs and work.
And comic fans are loving every aspect of the new store.
These shops are awesome.
I mean, it's the art, it's the stories, you know, the simplicity of it all, maybe. Yeah. You know, just a little escapism.
For owner and lifetime comic fan Ryan Jordan, he says this was always the dream.
Like when we were children collecting comic books, you're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And like, I want to own a comic book store, you know?
Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
The dream. Well, now some other stories you need to know right now. We're getting a look tonight at Ottawa's busiest photo radar camera. CTV's Stephen Keys joins us now with the details on this and other stories. Steph?
Patricia, maybe no surprise, King Edward continues to be a hot spot for speeders, but new data shows drivers are slowing down. The busiest camera in May was the one on King Edward Avenue between Bolton and St. Patrick Streets, which issued 3,000 tickets in May. But that's a drastic drop from the more than 10,000 issued during the same month last year. And it's not just King Edward. Drivers are slowing down near cameras across the city. 27,000 tickets were issued in May, down from 32,000 in May 2024.
May and June, and particularly May, if the weather's great, then everything else is great.
The Byron Market saw a spike in visitors this spring, with the highest number of recorded visits to the busy tourist area in more than 2 years. Recent city stats show there were 2.81 million visits to the market in May and 2.58 million visits in June. Those are the highest monthly visits to the market area since the city began posting statistics in January of 2023.
A lot of restaurants in the province of Quebec have been losing thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars in sales because of no-shows. So this gives them a path forward where they can enforce their reservations a little bit more firmly.
Quebec restaurants can now charge a fee to people who make a reservation but don't show up. Under the new rules that came into effect today, Quebec restaurants can now charge up to $10 for each no-show in a group of 2 or more. They first have to remind customers about an upcoming reservation and give them an easy way to cancel. On Monday, more than 53,000 unionized Canada Post workers will begin voting on what the Crown Corporation says is its final contract offer. The Canadian Industrial Relations Board will run the vote between July 21st until August 1st. That deal would see wage hikes for postal workers as well as changes aimed at rolling out 7-day-a-week delivery, a move Canada Post argues is critical for its struggling business. The Canadian Union of Postal Workers has urged members to vote no on the proposal.
Well, they're arch rivals, Battle of Ontario, but...
And this is what making the playoffs does for a team after the NHL schedule was released yesterday. The Senators reporting a boost in season ticket sales. The club had sold 600 new season seats in the spring ahead of clinching a playoff spot and expect that total to be closer to 2,000 before the puck drops in October. The first 2 games on the road, and then fans here will get their first look at the team during an afternoon tilt at the CTC when Nashville comes to town on Monday, October 13th. Patricia, mark your calendars. Go Sens go.
Got it circled?
Yes.
Thanksgiving, reasons to be grateful. Maybe another playoff run this year. So
yes.
Here's hoping.
As long as we do better in Toronto, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, absolutely. Despite the blue.
Right.
We want to head back out to Bluesfest, where Jackie Bears is standing by for us tonight. And we're just hoping that rain will hold off for us, Jackie.
Yes, Patricia, I have removed my hat because the drizzle has really moved through. I'm seeing more blue sky move in and more people coming in. But before we get to today's festivities, I just want to shout out a lot of the volunteers, including Adam Garapi. Adam, you have been a volunteer for the last 9 years. Just why do you come back each year to help out and volunteer?
Well, I'm back each year, the music for sure, but honestly, it's the people in the community that we build here at Bluesfest. Over the 9 years, I've gotten to meet lots of great, amazing human beings, and like from the patrons all the way up to our volunteer team and the staff. But it's just all these people, the music that you see behind us and what's going on, it's incredible.
There is still a couple days left in the festival. What advice do you have for people coming down? Because you always want to get the best seat or the best view on stage or just get the most ample time. How do you maximize this space now as an expert at Bluesfest?
Honestly, I would say, explore the site, get here when the gates open, take a walk around, see what's available. But really, there's no bad seat here. Anywhere you're going to be here, you're going to have a good time.
I love hearing that. Now, we talk about 9 years, tens of thousands of people coming in. You've probably seen some pretty amazing acts. What has stood out to you over your time volunteering?
Yeah, the one that stands out for me would be 2019, the Backstreet Boys. I got to dance in the pit with AJ McLean. So
you got to dance along with AJ McLean right here.
Right here at the pit in front of the stage, yeah.
Top moment highlight for you. All right, hopefully we're going to see you dancing by Sean Paul later today.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Adam. Really appreciate you taking the time. Do you hear that? Backstreet Boys highlight for Adam here at Bluesfest. I'm sure for a lot of people that's been a highlight as well. So we are about less than an hour away now from Cardinal Official taking the stage, and then Sean Paul at 9:30. Lots of time to get down here as well. Patricia, Stefan, I'm going to take it back, or Patricia rather, I take it back to you in studio.
Talk about perks of the job. I was at that Backstreet Boys concert. Did not get close to AJ. That's really, really cool. Thanks, Jackie.
We do think the Canadian economy is already in a recession, and it will really take an early resolution of the trade war to get us out of that.
Well, coming up, is Canada already in a recession? A new report says yes and warns more hardship could be on the way. Well, the federal government's massive boost in military spending won't be enough to stave off a recession this year. That's according to new analysis conducted by Oxford Economics, a global think tank. CTV's Judy Trin has more on the growing impact of the trade war.
To pay its soldiers to buying new equipment, the Canadian government will spend $9 billion more this fiscal year on the military, boosting the bottom line of companies like Hepburn Engineering that makes refueling equipment for Canada's Navy.
The defense area is going to be more robust for the next several years because that's where the demand's going to be, where we have a world that's a lot more dangerous.
With that spending, Canada will finally meet the 2% NATO target, but growth in the defense industry may not be enough to protect the country from recession.
Defense spending will help to offset some additional further negative impacts, but we do think the Canadian economy is already in a recession, and it will really take an early resolution of the trade war to get us out of that.
Oxford Economics projects that Canada will be in a trade war until the end of 2025, and that 140,000 jobs could be lost. The impacts are already being felt in steel, aluminum, and auto industries.
The direct hit from the trade war will soon begin to broaden to other sectors of the economy and lead to a much broader, more widespread downturn.
Meanwhile, Hepburn is expanding. It has 100 employees and is hiring more as it competes for new military contracts.
We expect this will continue, but we have to wait. The business has to come our way, and then we make sure we're big enough to be able to handle it. And so we've added a number of employees this year, and if things keep growing, we'll add more.
Economists are now focused on August 1st. That's the deadline for a new trade deal between Canada and the U.S. Earlier this week, Prime Minister Mark Carney said it's unlikely Canada will emerge from those negotiations without being hit with some form of tariff. Judy Trin, CTV News, Ottawa.
Well, just ahead, why stocks in Canada and the U.S. are hitting record highs. We'll have those details from the BNN Bloomberg newsroom.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
We are almost there. Time now to check in with our iHeartRadio Weekender, Tanea Taylor. Tanea.
Kicking it off with the Ottawa Lebanese Festival presented by Gabriel Pizza. It's on now to the 20th at St. Elias Cathedral across from Mooney's Bay. 5 days of awesome food, enriching culture, and all-around fun, showcasing the very best in Lebanese cuisine and entertainment. Make sure you check it out for a little taste of Lebanon right here in the capital. Next up, the Thai Street Food Festival is back. Get out and celebrate Thai cuisine and culture in the heart of Ottawa. This is a one-day celebration on Saturday featuring performances, an artisan market, and delicious street food, all happening inside the Horticulture Building at Lansdowne Park. Admission is free. And last today, Landscape Ontario Ottawa chapter presents Touch a Truck. You and your little ones can get up close and personal with different types of heavy machinery and equipment, featuring interactive and educational experiences for both children and adults, giving you and your family the opportunity to explore and learn how they all work. This is open from 9 to 1 p.m. with a silent hour from 9 to 10 a.m. where all the machines will be off. This is Saturday only at the Nepean Sportsplex. As usual, lots more happening around the capital this weekend. For the full list and all the details, check out ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, my name's Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
Well, stocks rose to record highs in Canada and the U.S. today, with investors piling into Canadian banks as fears ease that the American economy is struggling. BNN Bloomberg's Andrew Bell has the details.
Hello there. Canadian bank shares climbed to a new record today, and that was enough to lift the Toronto Composite Index to a new record high close north of 27,300. The Canadian bank shares as a group offer a dividend yield of almost 4%, and that's more attractive to many investors than the one-year guaranteed deposit rate of only about 3.5% offered by many institutions. The S&P 500 hit its own record, just shy of 6,300. Retail sales came in stronger than expected, and a drop in jobless claims pointed to economic strength. One market watcher told Bloomberg, quote, "The consumer came back to life in June." The Canadian dollar was under pressure. It changed hands at 72.74 cents US, down 1/3 cent. West Texas Intermediate crude changed hands at $66.23, up $1.04. Our latest fix on Western Canadian Select Oil has it at $53.96, down 18 cents. And the TSX Composite ended at its new record high of 27,386.93, up just over 233 points. That's the latest in business. I'm Andrew Bell of BNN Bloomberg.
Tom, do the honors. This is cool because I'm hosting the Canadian Country Music Awards this year.
You certainly are.
I'm hosting it. I'm hosting it this year, so it's very exciting.
Well, coming up, Tom Green makes an exciting announcement on CTV Morning Live. We'll have the details after the break. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. We are enjoying the music, the vibes, hanging out with some new friends. We got Sarah, Gus, and Lynn. Who are you guys excited to see tonight?
Sean Paul.
Hey, we be burning. Gotta be that one.
Is there a song you want to hear?
Absolutely. Temperature.
Okay, and Sarah, yours?
Get Busy.
Okay, lots of different songs, so hopefully we're going to be dancing it up later this evening. For now, let's take a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam, where it is a refreshing 22 degrees, especially with that wind. And here we are facing Old Ottawa South.
Friday on CTV Morning Live, Yoga on the Hill is back this summer. We get a yoga lesson and tell you how you can enjoy this free event.
And we're checking out this week's new movies, including a long-awaited follow-up to the teen slasher, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Nothing namaste about that one. Wake up the right way with CTV Morning Live.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Chiarelli.
Here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
I work for the government, but also when you work for the government, you see inefficiencies as well. So I'm not too worried about it.
The president of the Treasury Board confirms the federal government's ambitious savings plan will also force Crown corporations to cut spending over the next 3 years. The teenager accused of attempted murder and sexual assault in connection with an attack on an 8-year-old girl in Quadeville makes a brief court appearance.
I keep working. Hey, listen, how you great for the people nice to you?
We all keep coming back to this man because we know we've got a good haircut.
That's the end of an era for Westgate Barber Shop, which is set to close its doors after 70 years in business. One final check on the forecast. Tonight, a little windy, but hopefully no rain out at Bluesfest, where Jackie is for us.
Yeah, Patricia, I think I'm going to take the wind over the rain. We did see a little bit of drizzle, but that should be clearing up. The clouds are sticking around. Bring a light jacket, if not for you, for me. Let's take a look at the wake-up weather. 15 degrees, sunshine. That's going to last all throughout our Friday and will carry on to Saturday. So it's going to be a gorgeous night for the Atletico game Friday night. Overnight lows at 12 degrees, and then Saturday into Sunday we're looking at 25-degree daytime highs. We are keeping an eye out on Sunday though, because there is a chance of some scattered showers, and it may even be around for the Red Blacks game, so keeping a close eye on this. But as we look towards the extended forecast into the early work week, we are looking at the heat wave over. Not as much humidity, so we're enjoying this. So sunshine is what we're expecting. No rain in sight until Thursday. So again, great conditions for Bluesfest, Lebanese Festival also this weekend, and again, lots to explore the city over the next couple of days. So take advantage of this and the wonderful weather. That's it from us here at Bluesfest. Cardinal Official on the stage in half an hour. Sean Paul in just a little bit. We'll take it back to you, Kimberly, Patricia.
All right. You have a good few days too. Jackie, thank you so much for this. On time now to check in to see what our news team is working on for tonight. Kimberly Fowler is here.
Oh, Patricia, yeah, we will keep an eye on any breaking news that we have in and around the Ottawa area, of course. And over at TD Place Arena, the Ottawa Red Blacks, they're tipping off against the Edmonton Stingers. Game time is set for 7:30. Oh, we'll also head over to LeBreton Flats again. Like Jackie just said, another big night for Bluesfest. Sean Paul hits the RBC main stage tonight. Canadian rapper Cardinal Official and Canadian indie pop band Peach Bit also will be performing. And of course, you can get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Join me tonight for CTV News at 11:30.
All right, good stuff. So Blackjacks tonight, Red Blacks Sunday night.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. Finally, for us tonight, there was a special announcement on CTV Morning Live today.
We're announcing the nominees for the Canadian Country Music Awards, and they're going to be coming through any moment on your phone. You're getting an email with the names.
That is our colleague from the morning show, Will Aiello, out at Tom Green's farm just outside of Ottawa. Tom Green is hosting this year's Canadian Country Music Awards and announced some of the nominees on CTV Morning Live. Those up for Breakthrough Artist of the Year include Cameron Whitcomb, Sasha, Noeline Hoffman, Tony Stevens, and Zach McPhee. I don't think the horse really cares.
Not really interested,
hey.
but yeah. Tom Green doing a lot of announcements lately. He did the NHL, the draft pick, and now he's doing the country music nominees.
Kimberly and Jackie's good buddy, Tom Green.
Yeah.
You often skate on the canal with him.
Close personal friends.
Only, what, you've skated on the canal, what, once in your life? Is that about how often?
Yeah.
And it was with Tom Green.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I hope everyone has a good night. Enjoy Bluesfest if that's where you're headed. And we'll see you back here tomorrow at 6.